The Spring Mountains Recreation Area offers so much to those who enjoy the outdoors. One of those things happens to be a favorite of mine: hiking. With over 60 miles of established trails, there's something for all levels of hikers, from first-timers to the experienced backpackers. Today, I got to spend some quality time on the trails, plus learned a little something about trail etiquette from a new friend. Her name is Lindsey, and she's with the U.S. Forestry Service.
I grew up loving the outdoors, and it's one of the main reasons that I wanted to get into this career.
Well, you know, in terms of your career, where have you been? Where do you want to go? How do you see it playing out?
I have been all across the country, managing natural resources and now recreation. I have worked in Ohio and Wisconsin, Minnesota, North Dakota, California, and now Nevada. And I love managing and providing recreational opportunities to the public. So overall, my goal is to always be able to be learning more about different types of recreation, but
well,
also...
this is a loaded question, but of all the places you just mentioned, how does Nevada rank?
Oh, number one.
Good answer.
Definitely.
I'll have to agree with you on that. So you've traveled around a lot, you've seen a lot. What has surprised you about Nevada?
Just the diverse recreational experiences and opportunities we have here. You can have snow in the mountains, you can have the beautiful desert and solitude out in the desert, and there's just every type of activity you can imagine, all jam-packed into amazing different types of public lands.
Which ones do you like to do?
I love rock climbing, mountain biking, trail running, fishing.
Hiking.
And hiking, yeah.
In the Spring Mountains, how many miles of hiking trails would you say that there are?
We have about 62 miles of designated trails throughout the National Recreation Area.
But I'm guessing some trails link up to other trails, and probably you could go out here forever.
Yeah, we have great opportunities for people that just want to come out for a really short 1 or 2 mile hike, and then we do have great connectivity of our trails where you could be out here for overnight backpacking trips or just for a really long day hike.
I guess it's up to each individual as to what season they like best, huh?
Oh, most definitely. This is a great place in the shoulder seasons, and in the summer to get away from the heat of Las Vegas, but you can even go skiing up here in the winter.
Well, I'll tell you, Lindsey, and this is the honest truth, hiking for me is one of the great joys in life. So I just want to ask you your opinion about etiquette on the trails. What are some things that people should know?
Definitely. It's really important to come prepared. So before you leave your house, when you're picking out a hike, check the weather first of all, and then do a little research on the internet to see what kind of trail you want to hike, what's the difficulty rating, what's the length, and then based upon that, you know, pick out the proper water, food, clothing, sunscreen, etc. And then next would definitely be talking about waste management. So when you get to most of our trailheads, there's a bathroom. Make sure you go before you leave on your hike. But if you don't and you're gonna go out for a longer hike for the day, make sure you come prepared. So something I have here is what we call a responsibility kit. And so when you are gonna go to the bathroom out in nature, we recommend that you are going to pack out your toilet paper or your wet wipes. So you can buy a trowel to dig a cat hole, or you can just find a stick wherever, hike off trail, somewhere more private, obviously, hopefully, and you know, dig at least 6 inches down so you can completely cover, and then you know, bring extra bags so that you can actually take out your toilet paper and whatnot.
Yeah, that's a big deal. To see that on the trail for other people, it's not okay.
It really detracts from the experience, and it lets you know that other people have been there, but it also can have an impact on water quality overall. So it is something that we do try to manage, and that goes the same with pet waste. If you do have a pet that you're hiking with, make sure that if you're bagging up your dog's poop, that you are actually physically taking that bag out with you and then throwing it away at the trailhead in a trash receptacle.
Because plenty of times you see somebody has bagged it up and just left the waste on the side of the trail for what? I mean, I guess they're thinking somebody else is going to come get it, which is, again, it's not okay.
Definitely. And I think that is another aspect of packing out your trash. One of my mottos is leave it better than you found it. So not only do I recommend, pack out what you pack in as far as your own trash, but go above and beyond and pack out other people's trash if you see it. That candy wrapper or that bag of abandoned dog waste, do the right thing and take it out, because it is leaving this place better than you found it.
I've also found myself when I'm hiking, if I'm talking with somebody interesting, when I see other hikers, I stop talking for a little bit in case they want to enjoy the silence.
Yeah, definitely. That is another aspect of trail etiquette, is just being respectful and considerate of others. So one component of that is, being quiet and providing the opportunity for solitude, because other people come out here for different reasons. Maybe it is to hike with friends. Maybe it is that you had a bad day and you want to get away. So, definitely talking softly, silencing your phone. If you do want to listen to music, great, but put some headphones in so that you're not just, detracting from other people's experiences and also the wildlife we have around here. And then also, as far as when you're hiking, you're going to pass other people along the trail. Most of our trails are multi-use. That means that they're open to hikers, bikers, and equestrians. So if you come across other people on the trail, mountain bikers are supposed to yield to hikers and equestrians. Hikers yield to equestrians.
And what if you're going up and you're passing somebody going down and it's a narrow trail? What's the etiquette on that one?
Yeah, you always want to give the uphill traffic the right of way. So just step off of the trail, and especially with equestrians, you want to give those horses a lot of space. So step off the trail enough so that the horse doesn't get spooked, and talk quietly until they've passed.
And what about single file on the trail? When is that appropriate?
Yes, definitely. That's something we recommend for hikers, is hiking single file. And we do have issues with, trail expansion, and that leads to unsustainable trails and erosion and issues with our overall management of our trails. So we definitely recommend that stay on the legal trails. If you see another tiny trail off to the right, don't take it to see what's there, because then you're going to create a management issue that we have to go back and fix. And if there's switchbacks are always there for a reason, most likely because the trail is very steep. So it's hard to have a trail on a steep slope, which is why we have the switchback, so that trail can be there for years and years and years without having to get rebuilt.
What is a switchback?
A switchback is when you have a steep slope that you need the trail to go up. So if you have the trail go straight up, you would get a lot of erosion, and it would be really hard to hike up. So what we do is we build the trail kind of in a zigzag formation, so that it's easier to walk up, but it takes a little bit longer because you have to go a further distance.
And you hear quite often somebody got in trouble on the trail and they had to go find them. It's always a good idea to tell somebody when you're leaving, when you plan to be back, which trail you're taking.
Definitely. You always want to check in and out with someone and set up that time, a turnaround time, because especially if you're new to hiking, or even the most experienced hikers, you need to know when you're going to get back safely.
And one last thing I've noticed about hiking is that there's a temptation to make it a destination. Sometimes it is, sometimes you're trying to get to a campsite, but the idea is to enjoy it, right?
Definitely. The whole purpose of hiking is just to get outside and connect with nature. And a lot of people are looking for a specific destination, but a lot of the best hikes here are just overall that experience, a holistic experience.
Yeah, you see many people start their hikes with a lot of concerns on their face, then they're coming back and they look just peaceful and like they got it figured out.
Definitely.
Well, let's go do some more of that.
Sounds good.
Hey, tell me about if you bring your dog out here. Does it have to be on a leash?
Yeah, we recommend that you have your pets on leash when you're on trails, at trailheads, and within campgrounds, just so that if you come in contact with wildlife or other users, that you have them under control.
That makes sense. Just another beautiful day at the office, isn't it, Lindsey?
Definitely.
This was such a great day of getting out and exploring. Hey, do yourself a favor. Make the time to visit the Spring Mountains Recreational Area. It'll give you an appreciation of the diversity and the beauty of Nevada.